Colorism and interracial dating. Now, this I got saved. I was just thinking of this, but it's important. I've talked about this about two times. I had this one video that went viral. I think 2022. How da was treating black men during 2018. What? No, not 20. No, 2014 or 2019. And that was just a video that was all jokes, but this is pretty much something serious. Something serious. Is there colorism in black men? 100%. And this is coming from a dark skinned black man. His father, mother, both dark skin. And especially, hey, this is coming from African American, Black American, Interracial Black American, living in the deep South. And through my channel, I've been called names that wasn't really me, and that's just being from the South. You joke around, joke around, joke around, but at the same time, it gets really harsh. And it didn't really get to me. I think around 2017ish, because I was very much of a class clown, but at the same time, I would get myself in trouble, and it really got me really down and out. But now, since like I'm 25, I've been doing modeling, just been doing good positivity. And at the same time, it does affect uh black men and women who look like me, whether they are dark skin, light skin, brown skin. At the end of the day, we are all black at the end of the day. And that's just a very much a serious topic. And even when I went to college, I started really thinking, I started to notice, especially when I went to Charleston, that it still had the effect in in the youth, even when I was senior, um doing a job as a after school counselor. Even say overheard a kid say, like, I don't want to get at dark, which is really just ignorant and messed up to say, because black is beautiful. And it's sad that, there's still some folks who have a lot of self-hate issues, It's sad, and it's, you know, messed up to think that type of way and to talk bad about your own type of race. And this is coming from black men who wants to date a black woman, because, all the jokes aside, for the skits I made and all the other stuff I did, you know, and when I marry a black woman and have children with one, and, you know, beyond my legacy, beyond my legacy. And the next topic I'm gonna talk about is interracial dating. And I know I had a video about Telvin Nichols, and me and the people in the podcast, we were talking about that. Even watched a lot of videos on that, and which of the guy, what he was saying bad about black women was completely out of pocket, messed up to say. And all I have to say is that if you can date ever you want to, but just don't talk about people that you come from, because it will backfire on you. And eventually karma will happen. And the karma is scary. You don't know if it's gonna happen today, tomorrow, but you can date whoever you want, but just don't disrespect your race of people, and that is pretty well. Hold on, I'm not even finished yet. For the interracial dating thing, I dated like two white girls in my life. Bad experience. All the rest was black women. you know. But at the same time, you've got to look out for cues. And I've heard some guys say, like, oh, it's been a bad experience, especially when you live down here in the South. You're gonna have the encounter with such a rate, of course, most definitely racism, you know, racism. And even going back to when I was a kid, I noticed that for a fact, and there's still people in my age group are still learning from that, But, they ain't got mindset, they ain't got something race. Not for me. It's not for me. I love my woman. I'm just trying to find that RIGHT, the right woman for me that looks like me. I don't have a child that looks like me with an afro, but that would sound really, really nice to deal with. And at the same time, we're dating outside race, well, gotta just notice if you're being fetishized. If she doesn't like you for you, then it's out of the way. Just do is not worth your time. If she wants you for something and she doesn't like you and she doesn't respect the race that you come from, then he's the one. Or you gotta educate, or you gotta check. And I've checked people sometimes, a lot of times, what they say. They say, but that's all I gotta say. Love y'all. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, comment, make it a positive. Smile. Peace.